Hey guys, welcome back. So we are going to record this video the same day as the last Dragon game. That was the Path game, is all that it's called. This is How to Train Your Dragons Battle Royale. It is from the third movie. Well, it's not from the third movie, it's based on the third movie. So this is for ages 8 and up, 2 to 4 players. But, like most RPGs, you could probably put more players in here. It would just make it overwhelmingly easy. So, or hard, depending on how the game goes. Like a lot of things with mass-produced items, I've got a couple complaints about the game, which I will touch on later. It features 5 of the dragons from the movie. And it is produced by Cardinal and DreamWorks, which I forgot to mention that in the last video as well about the Path game. That was also produced by Cardinal and DreamWorks. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. We've already assembled the game board. If you'll go ahead and grab that for me, Melissa. Thank you. And then all the rest of the components and a fat instruction manual. 2 pages. Half of which is in Spanish. So, this game, like the last one, and actually, let me stop myself. I'm not complaining because half the instructions are in Spanish. I am promoting the game because half the instructions are in Spanish. Instead of one game being mass-produced in one area, and then they have to go back and reproduce it with different instructions, I applaud them for saving a little bit of money and making this game in America, where approximately half the population speaks or can speak Spanish. Totally get it. I am all for it. So please don't misunderstand that. I am not complaining about that. The only thing I'm saying is this booklet is only 2 pages, 1 in English, and I don't feel that all the instructions are complete. So again, I'll speak on that later. It comes with these character sheets. So you have the Light Fury, Toothless, which is a Night Fury, Meatlug, which is of the Boulder class, Barf and Belch, which is of the Mystery class, and Stormfly, which is of the Tracker class. And then there are dragons. I don't know how well I can see these on screen right now, but all of these dragons are higher quality plastic. Like, they don't really bend super easy, and I'm guessing they wouldn't snap at all easy. And then you have Toothless and the Light Fury. It comes with 3 dice. What color did you say that those were?
Kind of like a purple blue.
Purple blue, okay. So I'm all for that. I like dice. That's one of the reasons why I bought this game. But it comes with an 8-sided, a 12-sided, and a 20-sided die, which will all come into play later during the game. You have your loot cards, which have different things on here, like you can put a boulder back on the map, you can swap places with a player, and you can push any player back 3 spaces or down 3 spaces. But there are about 5 or 6 different loot cards. Your character sheet, you just set those right over there. Your character sheet explains, can you help me set these up in 3s? How fast you can move. So you won't actually be rolling a die for movement. Most of the dragons move at a speed of 3. Toothless moves at 4, and the Light Fury moves at 5. So you don't have to move that many spaces, but you're allowed to move up to that many spaces. And then their loot, would you make sure there's 6 of those? Their loot number is how many loot cards you're allowed to hold. There are 2 4s, a 5, a 3, and a 1. So, even though the Light Fury moves the fastest, she can only hold 1 item. So, it kind of depends on you and how heavily you rely on abilities versus items. There's 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We each get 3, one of each.
Mm-hmm.
As we're setting up the game here, we are trying to separate the, I call them coins, I don't think the game calls them that, but you get 3 identity tokens for your character sheet. You will use those in the game, and this is more of a, thank you, this is more of a King of the Hill sort of game. But it is also a little bit like an RPG, meaning the stats, meaning the number of dice, the item cards, or the action cards, however you want to look at them. I don't think I shuffled them. So you want to shuffle them and then we'll pick. You can pick the character that you want, but because I feel that that would be an unfair advantage for me to take over Melissa, we didn't play that way, so we're not going to play this way. Instead, we're dealt randomly 2 cards, 2 character sheets, and I'm going to let you pick first, because like I said, I already know what a couple of the symbols are. So I'll take these 2. There we go. So on the back, you have the symbol for the class of dragon. The Toothless and the Light Fury, they are both of the Striker class, so they both have that symbol right there. The Mystery class, and then, what are their names again? Tracker, and Boulder.
Mm-hmm.
And those have symbols on the back. The Tracker is kind of like a compass-looking one, and the Boulder is kind of a boulder-looking one. So we're not going to be playing with Barf and Belch today, we know that. And we're each going to pick one. Who would you like to play as?
Oh, I picked Meatloaf.
Meatloaf? Okay, so there's your dragon. Storm flies out. And I'm going to pick Toothless. You want to set your character sheet over here so that way they can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your dragon, I have my dragon. One of the reasons that you can only play man, I wish we had an editing person. One of the reasons that you should only play with 4 players, up to 4 players, is because there are only 4 corners of the board, and those are the starting positions. Just like on the Path game, this symbol is also a starting position. So we have to start on the bottom. You can play up to 4 players. I'm gonna set these dragons down here just that way you can enjoy the looks of them. I don't even know if you can see them, but that's beside the point. You also start the game when there's only 2 of you. You also start the game with these 3 cards, battle cards, and they are kind of a Rochambeau or a rock, paper, scissors method, and it is to decide who gets the stronger die. When you start the game and you pick your dragon, you get your tokens, which again, like I said, I was calling them coins. So we'll set those here, and then, come on, we'll get these out of the way. And then, I think, no, that was the A game. Do you remember how we decided who went first on this one? Was it youngest?
I thought we rolled.
Did we roll? Okay. So, we're just going to roll the die. We're going to use the 12-sided this time. So, 4. You bring the loot cards in closer to the board just in case. And a 2. So, Melissa gets to pick who goes first. Normally we pick ourselves. That's fine. Go ahead. She is allowed to move up to 3 spaces. And starting from the board, you have to go up 1. You have to follow the arrows in order to be allowed to go up. So, ooh, that is in the wrong position. We assembled the board and I did it wrong. Daggone it. There we go. Sorry. Little technical difficulty, a little assembly difficulty. There we go. Thank you, dear. So you go ahead and which way would you like to go?
I'm gonna go up right here.
Okay, so 1, 2, and then you can't step on a boulder, but you can be adjacent to a boulder. And a boulder, in order to beat a boulder, you just have to roll a 5 or better on the 20-sided die. So go ahead and roll that. If you want to. You can wait till next turn if you want.
2.
So you're going to wait till next turn. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go. I can move up to 4. So 1, 2, and I'm next to a boulder. Is that the one I wanted? I think so. So I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to roll the 20-sided. And I got an 11. So I destroyed this boulder. And we just got rid of it. It is your turn. I can move up to 4 spaces, but once I stop, I stop. If I stop adjacent to a boulder, I can try to take it out. And if I stop adjacent to another player, I can fight them, but I don't have to. If I want to pass them, I do have to fight them. And then that's where the battle cards and the dice come into play much more strongly. Go ahead.
So I have to roll again?
Yeah, you have to roll first this time.
7.
7, okay. So she destroys the boulder, and we will deposit it, just get rid of it. And
Now I
then,
can have 3.
yep, then you can move. So she moved 3 spaces, even though you couldn't hear her.
Sorry.
It's okay. And then the boulder's gone, so I get to move 4. Now, if you land on a space that has this earth symbol, then you can pick a loot card. I don't want to stop at 1 space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't get a loot card. No big deal. It is your turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so she's on top. So this is where the King of the Hill system is going to start coming into play. She's up there, that's fine. But in order for me to get up there, I have to take her out. If you spend a whole turn up there, up on top, you get to deposit one of your tokens. If one person is beaten off of the king position, if you will, off the top, then that beating position, you get to deposit a coin. So, it's my turn. 1, 2. So I'm up here now, 2. And this is where our battle cards come into play. So we're going to pick one, not at random. You pick one, either fire, bite, or bash. Just like rock, paper, scissors, one is beaten by something else, which is beaten by something else, and one is stronger to something else, which that itself is stronger to something else. So in this system, bite has advantage over fire has advantage over bash, and bash has advantage over bite. So we're going to not tell the other one what we pick. We're going to pick one each, set it on the table, so that way there's no shenanigans. And then we will see if I beat her or if she beats me. So I'm just going to take that one. Now try to figure me out. Yesterday, when we played this, Tess played this for the first time, she kept beating me. And I think it's because she figured me out. So this time, figure this one out. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Flip. Okay, in the event of a tie, which does happen, obviously. So in the event of a tie, we will both take turns rolling the 8-sided die. If my bite had beaten her fire, then she would roll the 8-sided die and I would roll the 12-sided die. If her bash had beaten my bite, then things would be reversed. I would roll the 8, she would roll the 12. But when we tie, we both roll the 8. So I will allow you to go ahead and roll first. You are the defender. She rolled a 2. Oh, sorry, guys. We normally play with a house rule no matter what game we're playing, that if a die falls, it lands on what it lands on. You don't pick it up, you don't re-roll it, none of that. But because of the cameras, we're trying to leave them on the table, and I apologize for that. So I also got a 2. So let's try that again.
2.
2. Oh, man! So she beats me. She gets to place me anywhere on the bottom deck. Okay, and she chooses one of the hardest ones. She's still up there. It's her turn. So she gets to deposit a coin. Now I gotta try to get up there before she gets all 3 of her coins deposited. Because if she does, she wins. If I get up there and can knock her off, then maybe I stand a chance. So, 1, 2, I gotta try to beat that. With a 6, that'll work. It is your turn. Go ahead. So, she's already up there. She lasted a whole turn, so she gets to do that. And I went the wrong direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't move anymore, and I didn't try to pick up a loot card. So, let's go back to where I was. I'm just going to move 1 and get a loot card and maybe be able to do something with this. Boulder drop. Drop a boulder on an adjacent space. That's not going to help an ounce. So, I'm not going to play that. It's not going to help anything, so it's your turn. And she deposited all 3 coins. Somebody won again. Good job, baby. Okay, so it's a very simple, usually pretty quick game. I very much like it because I like the RPG style. I like the multiple dice. I like the fact that you've got all these different aspects that you can put into it, from the rock, paper, scissors battle system to the dice battle system. I like that it's a board game. It's got multiple levels. You're fighting against the board. You're fighting against each other. I like this game itself. Do you like the game?
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay. Just wanted that out there. We enjoy the game. We're not knocking it. But the colors on the dragons, in my opinion, are not the best that they should be. The white is white, the black is black, green, green-brown, whatever. Stormfly should be blue, not yellow. Also, Snotlout and his dragon, the Razorback dragon, I can't remember his name, should also be in this game. That is my opinion. This comes with 5 dragons, it should come with 6. It coming from the 3rd movie, that's why it has the Light Fury in it. But that doesn't mean that we should exclude other dragons. Another thing is, I feel like they could have spent an ounce of more money on this game. They put the English and the Spanish translations on both sides of the coin. Like I said before, I like that they put the English and Spanish translations on the game, but every ounce of it is on every card, is on every loot card, like that, on the instructions, on the coins. They could have, like I said, spend an extra penny, come up with 2 designs for the tokens, put Light Fury on one side, and then Fior, Nocturne, Blanche, or Blanche, on the other side. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's my opinion. They could have spent a couple extra pennies on the game and come up with a second design and double printed it just the way that they did. But it is going to make the game very confusing for anyone younger than 8, which I don't think is fair because I know a couple of 5-year-olds that can handle this game very well. But I know that they're going to get confused by the excess of words on here that they don't understand. You know, they're just learning how to read. They're going to look at it and go, I don't know what that word is, I don't know what it means, and they're just going to get overwhelmed. I do like the boulder tokens. They are very interesting, but they're double-sided, and why? One side looks like molten rock, and the other side looks like a rock. I like the molten rock look. Why do it that way? That's my question, my opinion. Also, this was an assembled game. This is 3 layers of cardboard, which if you accidentally press down on the board, it all pops out. I think that could have been done a little bit differently. I like it. I'm okay with it. I just think that one could have had, again, another ounce of thought put into it. You guys don't hear me complaining about a lot of games. We're still going to play this probably plenty. I'm sure we'll teach it to our kids. But my opinion, I have a couple of nitpicks. That's about it. Like I said, overall, it's a fantastic game. I love it. She likes it. She agreed to play it not once, not twice, but also for a video. So again, that was Battle Royale, How to Train Your Dragons, The Hidden World game. I don't think this was relatively expensive. You guys can probably pick it up on Walmart.com along with the Path game. Again, for not very much. So, everyone's inside right now. Everyone's on quarantine. Take a couple days to get it here or there from Walmart.com. You might be able to get it on Amazon. I don't know. I just know where we got it. So, thank you very much for coming out and checking out this other video. Again, we did record 2 videos in one day. I don't know that this will be up on the same day or tomorrow. I have to go to work tomorrow, so it may even be Thursday. Either way, we appreciate you guys coming out and checking these out. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video. We always take constructive criticism very well. We'd love to hear from you. Just please try to keep it clean. Thank you, and until next time, have fun.